Good morning and welcome to episode 4 of the Prime Digital Podcast. Today's episode is sponsored by Bakersville Dartboards. Once you pop, the fun will definitely stop. We've got a great show for you today. Sting is here. No, I'm just kidding. Our guest today is none other than Frank Antonetti. He is the owner of the Rust and Gold restaurant in Huntington, New York. And this place is absolutely popping 7 days a week.
Friend. How are
so
you?
You're bound to have a good time. Frank, good morning. What's going on, man?
Just every day's a new adventure
I'm
in this
good.
world of
What's
ours.
going on with you? Anything good? Awesome, dude. So tell us about the Rust and Gold.
I have been
how did this all come to be?
bartending
How
in
did
the
you guys
restaurant
get
industry
started?
in various capacities for most of my life now. Started off in playing music when I was in my late teens, early 20s and stuff. And I spent a couple of years kind of traveling the country and spending a lot of times in nightclubs and bars and music venues. And when I kind of grew out of the rock and roll fantasy, I was left with this like real interest and curiosity for how that whole world works. And, like how there's this whole other side of the workforce that, like doesn't wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, which was probably my first straw to it. So after years of just working in various things, I met my partners when I was running the bar at a restaurant in Huntington Village that was doing kind of like one of the first elevated cocktail programs on the island. My partners had already had some previous success with other spots. And the spot that is now Rust and Gold was an old sports bar. It was called Rookies. It had kind of seen its day already. The owners were looking to get out of there pretty aggressively. And it was just kind of like, like right moment, right time for us to kind of make a move. So we took it over in early 2016, and we spent the whole year kind of just literally like just the three of us ourselves just in there gutting it and remodeling and kind of giving it kind of a fresh look and deciding, what we were going to change about the idea of like what a sports bar could be and, what we liked, what we didn't like, and what's never been tried before and stuff. And then, we kind of put everything together in September 2016. We opened our doors.
Awesome. Yeah, man, that's exciting. And and you guys got a big space. You got the indoor, you got the outdoors. Like, what kind of sets your
that's a big one.
apart from all the other ones
for
that are
so
in
many
Huntington?
for such a high concentration of restaurants in such a small area, there are a lot of small spaces. And that was one of the things that attracted us to first. The idea of movement and just being able to kind of like when we were allowed to move around rooms. Like that was something that was a big draw to us to kind of create like a real kinetic energy in the space. And so, we wanted to just kind of open up the bar to the world for that. So, we blew out the 2 front doors. We played up to our ceilings, which are these really nice, beautiful, like 20-foot ceilings, put in our big garage doors and kind of let all the natural light in. And so that's, like visually in the space that you find yourself in. So much of it is just part of our atmosphere to begin with. And then, we try to support that by giving you kind of the familiarity and comfort of your neighborhood bar. But then we try to elevate all the aspects of what we offer, so we have, a fantastic chef that comes in and designs our menu for us. So while the menu will read, burgers, wings, sandwiches, things like that, within all of those, you're going to find real chef-driven twists, real modern approaches to some of those things, and probably a better quality than you can find in a lot of other spots offering similar menu items. Same thing at the bar. I come from a background of elevated cocktails, and that's something I tried to continue here at Rust. It's fun. We have like kind of a cool approach to it because we are a sports bar. We're not, you're not coming in there and sitting down and like you're not in a financial district bar that you're going to wait 10 minutes for an expertly crafted cocktail. We have to do a volume here. So we get to have a lot more fun and kind of do some tongue in cheek things with our drinks that still, like set ourselves apart from a lot of other people, but still kind of embrace the entire idea of how we're just trying to be a fun spot for you to come and hang.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, there's I've obviously been there a bunch of times, and the food's great. I love the drinks. Do you have a particular like I guess item on the menu or a
me
particular
personally, that's
cocktail
a tough
that you
one
probably
because
enjoy the most there?
I by nature and through unhealthy practice enjoy way too many drinks. But my personal favorite is always going to be an old fashioned. It's something simple, but something that still requires discipline to properly execute. Here at Rust, we do a barrel aged old fashioned. So we take Woodford Reserve bourbon, and we make it ahead of time. We literally just pre-batch,
Okay.
barrels full of old fashions, and then let it sit in there. And I get Woodford Reserve will send me oak staves from their actual from their foundry where they make all their barrels and stuff. So it's the same wood so you're getting an entire aged cocktail that sits for a couple of weeks, and really takes on all the characteristics of the barrel itself and stuff. So it really, by the time the product is finished, you get a really nice, really smooth, well balanced drink. That's probably mine. Now I want one, and it's 10 in the morning. Damn it, man! Come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I'm, if I had to pick a cocktail, I'd probably pick an old fashioned too. And one of my favorites that you've made in the past was the combination that you had with that
we've
that
got to do a
pumpkin
few
nitro
events with
cold
them.
brew from Sail Away.
Chris is a fantastic guy and a very, very smart businessman, and he turns out a great product. So it was only hand in hand. It was just, we've known each other for years, and once we got to a place that we both had our brands and we're doing stuff with them, it only made sense for us to team up. And then on top of that, it's it's nice to kind of keep your energy up while you're still downing half a barrel of whiskey.
Yeah, no. Oh man. So aside from just people being in the neighborhood, what would you
social
say,
media
like,
is a big tool for
how do
us.
people usually hear about you guys?
We started off with just basically me managing the Instagram, and at the time it was, this was around, September is going to be 4 years ago, so there wasn't as much of a presence for some of the Facebook restaurant centric groups that have surfaced in the past couple of years. Those were really up and running yet. And Instagram was still, king of social media, which I guess it still is. I don't know. It's weird. Times are weird. TikTok's a big thing now.
Yeah.
So that was kind of our main
Yeah,
thing.
it's up
In the
there.
beginning,
I
had some savvy with staying on top of it, and I eventually got to a point that I was like, you know what, like I need to hand this off to somebody that was a little bit better. So we had somebody else take over our account that manages it for us, and that's been our biggest interaction. We also, I would say, community interaction is something that every restaurant should always consider. Like simply, it's just the natural, like way of just existing in a neighborhood is to get involved with that community and to make sure that they know that you support them. So, we always are considering and looking for new initiatives to host charity events, give back, things like that. And that certainly always is a great way to network and kind of connect as well. And then we also have this absolutely fantastic lawyer by the name of Nino Caridi, who is just a networking guru, if you will. No, honestly, he's brought me together with guys like you who are just powerhouses with like working these events and getting people talking and getting the people that need to be in the same room. So we're very appreciative of that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, Nino's a great guy. He's very good at doing that. So. Aside from everything that we just mentioned with the Rust and Gold, is there anything that most people don't know about the space itself? Even if they've come a bunch of times, anything they might not know that you might want to highlight?
A lot of people, what I encourage a lot of people to do,
or anything, or maybe an item on the menu.
A lot of people come in, and especially now, like a lot of places have started to get creative and abbreviated their menus and stuff like that. Rust, we're like essentially a scratch kitchen, like nothing's really frozen or prepackaged. We're making everything to order. And people need to start embracing menu hacks more. Like I think us, the staff, especially when you're there and you're in a place for 4 years, even with seasonal menu updates, you got to find new ways to make stuff exciting. And our kitchen they're the sweetest guys in the world, and they're extremely accommodating. So come in, if you see two things that you think should be together in a menu, maybe it's a lobster quesadilla, even if you just didn't hear me say that out loud. Like come in and try us, and whatever it is, you'll find that there's nothing that we won't do if you guys have a request or to do and to make our customers happy. Yeah, man.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a pro tip right there. Awesome, dude. Well, is there anything else that aside from that, is there anything else that you want to leave everybody with? Is there anything exciting coming up, or anything particular, kind of not related to COVID, but how you guys are going about
right
things
now,
or
it's
any
a tough
events
time
or
for
anything
everybody.
you want to mention?
The first thing I would say is, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are, now is the time that every single person on planet Earth needs to lead their lives with compassion and love for their fellow person. We need it now more than ever. On a much smaller scale, we are, we're currently seating at 50% capacity inside. We do have our outside patio open. We're doing our best to accommodate everyone that comes. It's a little frustrating sometimes because, there's only so many seats that they allow us to do. But in light of so many people that I have seen be so heartbroken with their events canceled and their, weddings postponed and bridal showers, baby showers, and all this stuff, we have decided to go ahead and get mobile with our initiative. So we went and we actually bought an old 1963 Chevy truck. And it's about 3 days away from being finished fabricating. And it's now going to be a mobile beer truck and bar cart catering service. So if you're coming up in the next year or so and your event has gotten canceled and you want a beautiful vintage truck to show up and pour beer out of the side with a couple of bartenders that'll do it, then come on down to the Western Gold and let us set you up. Thank you, man. And thank you, man.
Awesome,
everything
man.
you guys are doing and trying to get the word
Can't wait
out
to
there
see
for
what
us
that looks like.
Truly important and needed right now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, man. That's what we're trying to do with our platform and just make everybody aware. And, I have such a great time at the Rust and Gold, so I want to make sure that people that haven't been there or don't know about it can experience it for themselves as well. Yeah, man, of course. So, so that's our show. Frank, thanks again for for coming through and kind of telling everybody what you guys are all about. That's our show for this week. And sorry for today. I'm gonna cut this section out.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
But Frank, thanks again, and that's our show. Yeah, of course. Yeah, man, that's what we're trying to do with our platform and just make everybody aware. And I have such a great time at the Rust and Gold, so I want to make sure that people that haven't been there or don't know about it can experience it for themselves as well. Frank, thanks again, and that's our show. Thanks for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed the show, hit that subscribe button. Or if you'd like to learn more about marketing your business better and getting more customers, schedule a free 30-minute consultation with us by visiting primedigitalseo.com.